So we need all maples to come to the carpet. If you could find a seat at the edge of the carpet quietly, that would be wonderful.
Good morning, Maples.
Good morning, Megan and Daddy.
We hope that you all had a really nice, relaxing weekend. The weather was so beautiful.
It was so beautiful.
When we formally started to put together Compass, the first question we asked ourselves was, what do we believe about children?
I believe that all children are capable, and I think a lot of times we just squash too much out of them way too early.
Children learn a lot from each other, and they learn in an environment when it's really safe and when there are lots of different things for them to experience and do.
They need to be respected as the individuals that they are, their passions, their interests, their learning styles, their backgrounds. If you're not going to respect that, then you're in the wrong business. We felt that it would be really beneficial to the children we were going to be working with at Compass if we took time to research what's already working across the country.
We spent a year traveling across the U.S. and we went to a really wide variety of schools, and it was interesting that there was always something to learn.
We pinpointed teachers and we visited their classroom and we filmed and we blogged about what we saw in an effort to shed light on all of the great things that were happening in America.
As we were documenting, we were also writing the charter application for Compass.
We brought those successful practices we saw teachers using back to Brooklyn, and now we have this really wonderful school that incorporates a lot of what we saw on the road.
When progressive education was first coined, its focus was on experiential learning. Kids learn best through doing. Over time, progressive education, I feel, has meant, oh, we're doing something different. Oh, we're liberal. That's not progressive education.
I would hate for even a kindergartner to think the only way you do research is by looking at books. That's only one way. You know, we can ask an expert, we can go look at something, we can visit a special place.
Progressivism puts the teacher in the role of a facilitator who designs different projects to provoke wonder and to provoke learning from children.
Kids are building with blocks, kids are getting lots of time to be creative with art materials, where kids are consistently going on field trips to get to know their community.
They're not just jotting down facts and figures, they're explaining them to others, they're making sense of them.
It really comes from the children and it comes from their own distinct voices.
We have this really strong belief in teaching kids in a progressive way, but we also know that progressive isn't just one thing, it's what works best for each kid.
Our curriculum integrates the subjects together. Many adults have been educated where everything is kind of in its own neat box, but that's not necessarily how it is here because it's not that way in the real world. We do all of these things and integrate so many skills at the same time, and our integrated curriculum focuses on sustainability.
Sustainable living is not just about taking care of the environment, it's about taking care of your community, which includes social justice and racial justice and economic justice.
And through that lens of sustainability, children will be answering engaging questions like, what is a family? Or why garden? Or how does a community live, thrive, and endure over time?
In each of our unit plans that we plan, there's a section for arts integration because we really believe arts is like a way of learning and a way of interacting with ideas. We have decided that over the course of the next few years that we'll add a discipline-based arts specialist in each of the disciplines.
We have a music teacher who all of our children visit on a daily basis, but then she pushes into the classroom and aids teachers in integrating music into the curriculum that they're already teaching. So that's something that I think is really unique to our program.
I felt like this was a possibility to be around all sorts of people, to be in a very inclusive classroom, and I really wanted to see something grow.
We are a public school that all day long is preaching exploration and preaching experimentation and preaching learning through experience.
Carmen can't wait to go to school, and she comes home singing and doing all kinds of things I didn't know she was doing, so we're thrilled. You know, the proof is in the kid, right?
I think that we're really crafting children who are going to gain a love of learning, and I think we've already seen that even in the first few weeks. There's so many kids who are genuinely really excited to come to school and don't want to go home at the end of the day.
It seems to be more focused on the child holistically, showing, learning, and expressing empathy for each other, which makes it easier for the child to learn, it makes it easier for the child to understand, it makes it easier for the child to embrace and receive what they're being given.
We know that our way of letting kids be involved in their own education actually goes a long way. It can all be done. It just takes a little bit of time.
Beautiful.